if you look at a map, it's not difficult to find Mongolia, of course, but it's sandwiched between Russia and China, and it's been a buffer between the two countries for a lot of years. So there's some political aspects there, but it's definitely different geographies. You go in the south, you've got the Gobi Desert. You go in the north, they've got a place called Little Switzerland, called Murren, which is spelled moron, but call it Murren. And, you know, high mountain peaks, looks a lot like Switzerland, beautiful area. Grasslands to the west, and kind of barren lands, or to the east, barren lands to the west. And some kind of very cold places there. So a very diverse geography. Ulaanbaatar would be beautiful lush green grass, July and August. We were very surprised in October where all the evergreens, the conifers, turned yellow and the quills fell off. That was definitely new to us. Like, well, the evergreens aren't evergreen. They're turning brown. But they'll turn brown, and it's windy there, very windy. And you'll actually, the Mongolians will have their cheeks with blood veins that have, you know, kind of popped in there because there's so much wind, and so they have red cheeks all the time. But in the wintertime is very cold. It's often 30 below zero for months. And it's a cold where you feel it. You think you go out in the trash and throw the trash away outside, and walking 20 feet and back, it hurts. So it can be very cold there. So you want to be prepared for thermal clothes and expedition kind of environment in certain cases. You know, it's warm inside as always, but spring comes around. Spring is very cold and windy, but summer's gorgeous there. Summer's beautiful. The whole area is lush and green. There's some hills in Ulaanbaatar, and it's a pretty area. And what's beautiful about some of the places in Mongolia, you go to the countryside and you'll go out and there'll be this giant valley, maybe as big as Salt Lake Valley, and you'll see in the corner 2 tents, maybe a tent family or 2 in a corner with a herd of horses. No one else there. Whole valley is there, stream running through it. Beautiful place. Lots of wildlife. We had elk walking through town all the time, and in your, 8-point elk in your garbage just sitting there eating. And, a lot of beautiful animals around. Still, you see a lot of camels, a lot of yaks. They're kind of cantankerous. Lots and lots of sheep. So the Mongols will in many cases, slaughter the sheep in their own houses, in their own apartments. And you'll actually see, especially in the holiday time, you'll see a sheep on someone's balcony, kind of there, like, get me out of here, someone help. Next day, there's a sheepskin laying out on the balcony. You know what's coming. Actually, they will, we've done this a couple times with the Mongolians, is they'll take the sheep in the living room, lay it on its back, like a lamb to the slaughter has a great meaning after you see a Mongolian slaughter a sheep. And they'll go by and they'll cut an incision just below the rib cage, put their hand in there, and pop the jugular. And the sheep kind of fusses a little bit, but not much. And then the sheep just bleeds itself to death inside its body. And then they open the skin up, and they take each piece of the sheep out, part by part. And the time they did at Mongolian house, there was 1 drop of blood on the floor. Got everything out cleanly, and then they clean the organs, they clean out the intestines, use it for sausage, and they use everything but, I think, was it Yas, Tsas, and Bas. They don't eat the bones, they don't eat the hair, they don't eat the excrement. Everything else they eat is kind of the joke with the Mongolians. It's pretty accurate. They'll take the internal organs and make them into sausage. They'll eat the ribs, the meat. They'll even eat the heads, which the old man was doing. So they do actually eat a lot of things in Mongolia, and at the time, at least, it's probably still the case. Livestock outnumbered humans 200 to 1. So lots of animals in Mongolia. But a beautiful place, a lot of empty space and open land and vistas when you get out of the city. And beautiful area.